is up? This is your LA in a minute, and about 60 miles east of Los Angeles is San Bernardino, an important crossroads for trade, communication, and transport all throughout the West Coast. It's also a very important neighbor to Los Angeles with a deep history. So I want to talk about San Bernardino. Let's get into it. The city of San Bernardino is located in San Bernardino County, which is the largest county in California and the United States. And at 20,000 square miles is larger than 9 states. And the city of San Bernardino is the economic, cultural, and political hub of the county, and is the very epicenter of a tectonic shift in American culture that started during the post-war 1940s and continued through the next few decades, and is the exact spot where an emerging car culture and a restaurant revolution combined to create a new America, a nation of fast cars and fast food. But long before it became San Bernardino, the area was known to the indigenous Serrano people as Wa'ach, a regional trade center for tribes in the area. And reflecting that is a notable landmark, an arrowhead measuring 1,375 feet long and 449 feet wide that's possibly an indigenously carved geoglyph visible from more than 30 miles away, potentially to mark the location of hot springs below. Now, around the turn of the 18th century, Spanish missionaries established a supply station in the area called Guachama Rancheria. It was also known as Politana, and it became the first European settlement in what they referred to as the San Bernardino Valley. And that name was acquired on May 20th, 1810, named for Bernardino of Siena, known as the Apostle of Italy, for his efforts to revive the country's Catholic faith during the 15th century. The area remained sparsely populated through the secularization of the missions in the 1830s, and was indeed included in the Rancho San Bernardino land grant of the Jose del Carmen Lugo family. By 1851, a group of Mormon settlers, led by Amasa Lyman and Charles Rich, purchased the San Bernardino Rancho, and they established a pious, alcohol-free community. It was known for its grid layout, inspired by Salt Lake City, and it began to develop. There was early success and growth. However, most of the Mormon settlers were recalled to Utah in 1857 due to tensions with the United States government. That in turn led to most of San Bernardino being sold to a real estate consortium from El Monte in Los Angeles and the imminent incorporation of San Bernardino as a city. By the 1880s, the arrival of the railroads transformed San Bernardino into a major transportation hub. The rail yards and repair facilities became a major and significant employer in the region. And that paved the way for Route 66, which would change San Bernardino forever. This was the mother road, and it would bring millions of newcomers to California, all of whom passed right through San Bernardino. San Bernardino was the first major city you encountered when you arrived in California on Route 66, and it made it perfectly situated to be the gateway to Southern California. There were more than 1.1 million travelers passing through annually by the 1950s. Route 66 allowed the city to flourish, and there was a construction of auditoriums, hotels, theaters, and it was also prominently mentioned in John Steinbeck's Grapes of Wrath. This led to the proliferation of motels, restaurants, and other services catering to motorists. But nothing could compare or prepare the world for a hamburger restaurant that opened in its modern form in 1948 right there in San Bernardino, the first true McDonald's restaurant. This was the exact moment that the fast food industry was born. McDonald's would grow to become the world's largest restaurant chain and one of the first to capitalize on car culture in the open road because of Route 66 and because of San Bernardino. Neil Baker was inspired to start Baker's, and he ended up hiring the men that started Wiener Schnitzel and Del Taco. Glenn Bell was inspired, and he started Bell's Burgers. And Glenn Bell would soon leave Bell's Burgers behind because he'd soon copy an idea from the San Bernardino institution Meatloaf Cafe, their Tacos Dorados, and he'd launch his own hard-shell taco brand, Taco Bell. During the 50s and 60s, cruising became a popular pastime for San Bernardino's youth, an energetic mix of students and military folk from nearby Norton Air Force Base, along with visiting fun seekers from throughout the Southland. By 1977, San Bernardino was named the All-America City, but in recent decades, they did face some economic challenges, including a municipal bankruptcy in 2012. But throughout its history, San Bernardino has demonstrated a unique resilience, the largest county in the United States, and it's always maintained a unique identity as a key inland city in Southern California. So San Bernardino is an important neighbor to Los Angeles and a huge community with a deep history. All right, LA. All right, San Bernardino. It's been a minute.